This episode of Capes and Lunatics is brought to you by Tweaked Audio. Get awesome headphones, go to tweakedaudio.com and use the coupon code Southgate to get 30% off, free shipping, and a lifetime warranty. Or you can get there through the link on our website, southgatemediagroup.com.
This is comics illustrator Ron Friends, and you're listening to the Capes and Lunatics podcast.
This is Luca Perich, and you're listening to the Capes and Lunatics podcast.
There's a thin line between heroism and madness.
Here the line fades to nothing at all. This is a world of capes and lunatics.
And nothing is off limits.
All right, it's another Friday night. You know it's going to get crazy. Got a full house. Well, we will once Lilith shuts down her pornography so her internet works. All right. Fun and games. Let's get to it. Friday night wackiness. Capes and Lunatics, episode 134. Can you believe it? Starts right now. Hello and welcome to the Capes and Lunatics. I am Phil, and of course it's Capes and Lunatics. So who else is here but the inevitable, the indomitable Mr. New Jersey himself,
Charlie, the professor at
and as I said, Lil Hellfire is on the way, but we've got Superman himself. Oh, and his son.
That's right. And the Super Spider Boy solo.
Nice.
And then here comes Supergirl. Yeah, Supergirl Sailor.
And this is like Hollywood Squares. In the upper right corner, we have the Patrick family.
Yeah, pretty much.
From Ohio.
Yes. Here in Ohio. The land of Superman. Hey, Phil.
Yes, Tyler.
I mean to ask you. I like that use of your son in your intro. What
yes.
inspired that? Anything inspire you with him?
Yes, maybe the Krypton Report podcast.
I now have like multiple tracks and takes of different things my children have said to just use differently at different times.
Hey Tyler,
because
Don't judge me.
Don't judge me.
Gone.
So yeah,
that's right, cool. People. That's right, people. We're shameless. We'll use our children to try to get downloads.
Exactly. We have no shame.
All right, so I was just doing a big interview with once again with Mr. Ron Friends. So hey, what's new in the news, people?
He's got such great baritone, man. I love his voice.
Who? Ron Friends?
Yeah.
He
should do voiceover work, man.
He should. If I could get him on this podcast on a regular basis, I would.
Anyway, what are you asking? Phil? Aren't you in charge of this show? I gave you what's on my show. You got to figure out stuff.
I know, but Crisis on Infinite Earths is just days away.
Yay! We're gonna get a Crisis, and they're gonna kill a Superman. Yay!
I have specific pajamas for every night of Crisis for the family.
Ooh, nice! I can't wait to. Oh, you'll have to put up a picture of your Batwoman pajamas, Tyler.
We have our Bat pajamas. We have our super pajamas, and then we have our mixed character pajamas. And
I think I told you this already, Tyler, but let me vent to Charlie my anger about Sunday night, part 1, because I will not be able to watch part 1 at 8 o'clock when everyone else watches it. I'll have to wait for when it records at 11 o'clock. I'll probably watch it the next day because the local CBS station is going to have the football game, but then afterwards the CW is going to have post-game football talk. So they're pushing part 1 back to 11 o'clock. I'm like, really? I'm like, if it was a regular episode of Supergirl, which I'd done before, I could see pushing it back. But part 1 of the crossover, I'm like, I think that's when that station. Ratings? I think that's when that station gets either the most ratings or one of their highest, rated weeks.
When does it drop on the CW app?
The next day.
The next day. So I mean, it's going to record at 11 o'clock Sunday night anyway. So either way.
Yeah.
If I had a Hulu account, I think does Hulu stream out live, Tyler?
I
think that costs extra.
Maybe, but I was going to say, but even if I sign up for Hulu, I don't know if they give you the local CW channel, so then I'd still be stuck with football.
And that's the problem with a lot of like the stuff, like the streaming live, is local stuff. They don't do that because even then, like it still might be whatever's broadcast at that same time.
But I mean, I actually worded an email on Sunday and sent it to them. I'm like, really? The game's not even on that channel. It's going to be on the It's going to be on CBS, but then the post game talk is going to be on the CW. I'm like, really? I'm like, why don't you preempt 60 Minutes?
I'm just telling you, I could just set up my phone in front of the TV
What game is this?
The Steeler game. Pittsburgh Steelers.
But is it like an important game, or is it just like?
No, it's not playoffs yet. No.
It's just one of those things you run into, being that it's
because you're from Pittsburgh.
Yes, it's a big football town. Yes.
They have so little. They have to train for what they have.
But I'm like,
no.
I mean, they did that with Supergirl at least one other week, and I'm like, that's fine. But I'm like, the crossover. That's where I think, according to Lilith, they do. That bumps the ratings up for all those shows for their yearly average. That crossover does the best at all, for the Arrowverse the rest of the year.
Yes, it does. Well, I'll just have to set my phone up, and then I can just, video chat with you.
I know, but I'm spoiled. I want that HD quality.
He's like, I'm spoiled.
I'll wait. You know what? At 9:00, I'll watch Watchmen, and then I'll just have to watch Supergirl the next day before part 2.
He's like, I'll just wait. I'll just turn my phone off and make sure that I don't have any contact with the outside world until I watch the episode.
But I just love that, what was it, a day or two ago, they're like, oh, the final trailer for Crisis. Then today they dropped an extended final trailer for Crisis.
Yeah. I really with the Crisis, it's one of those things, I'm already pumped.
Yeah.
I kind of don't want to watch the trailers and stuff. I don't want to see more. Because I don't know. I just don't want to know what's in it. I want to be more surprised.
Oh, I'm hyped. I think it's more showing all the characters that are going to be in it. Because, did you see?
Those people I'll think as I'm watching. Okay, we haven't seen this scene yet. We haven't seen this scene yet. This is coming up. That means that this can't happen, or this can happen, or whatever. So,
what did you see in the trailer today? Who they revealed is going to be in it? I don't know how long he's going to be in it, but homeless guy, the end is nigh, sign carrying all Rorschach style.
Yeah, good old Will Wheaton.
Will Wheaton!
I mean, I'm hoping, they said there's a lot of surprises that we don't know, and I'm like, okay, cool. I'm hoping there's a lot of, stuff like that. Did you see the news about who they reached out to be in Crisis on Infinite Earths?
Who?
Oh, you didn't see the article?
I don't know, unless I did. Who did they reach out to?
They reached out to Nick Cage.
No.
Yeah. And I'm like, you know what?
As what, another Superman?
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm like, my thing is, if I'm Nick Cage, I would do that for free.
Yeah, but that's the thing. He's movie star. I don't know if they got the money. He usually commands.
I would do it for free.
Well, I think he might do. Well, no, you can't do it for free. There's union laws.
Don't want to set a precedent either.
He can do it for scale.
But a lot of actors will do it for scale, because they wanted, especially if it's just a cameo, if it's not asking them. In fact, if they wanted to do cartoon Superman, something he could call in from his pajamas. But I'm sure he would be all over that.
But as big of a Superman fan as he is, a chance to actually put on the suit and play the character,
oh, he was gonna be 90s Superman too. If they had him, they would have had to put him in that mullet.
So I'm just saying, I would have loved if he would have just been like, yes, I'll do it. I mean, it's not like he's National Treasure, Con Air quality Nick Cage anymore. He's more like, oh, I found this on Redbox, Nick Cage.
I'm going to steal the Book of Destiny.
Yeah, I mean.
I think the man still makes a living, quite frankly.
Oh, yeah.
I wouldn't,
he does. I mean, he does, but he's just not
He's still a legit, actually, popular movie actor. You okay, Tristan?
Legit.
What?
You just said legit.
In the cupboard.
Who said legit? Yeah. Tristan or?
Sorry.
I'm just saying,
Tristan's looking for a shot glass to do some Mountain Dew shooters.
What? Tristan doing shooters? Man, he wants to be a little Hellfire's boyfriend.
He says he pours Mountain Dew in the shot glass.
Ah. Slamming him back.
Yeah.
Oh, look, Lilith's trying to get on. But yeah, I can't wait for Crisis. Lilith!
What?
Oh, hey!
There she is.
There's our empty void.
What are you, a single man in Florida? Hello, Lilith. We were just talking about Crisis on Infinite Earth.
The abyss and Lilith stares back.
Carry on.
And I was expressing my anger and outrage that I won't be able to watch part 1 on Sunday.
CW needs to grow up and be a real station. That's all.
I know. Well, that's what I said. The actual Steeler game's on CBS, but they're going to do, after talk on the CW. I was like, why? The game's not even on that channel. Why don't you preempt 60 minutes? Anger like 2 old people.
You don't want to make old people mad.
I know. Oh, hey, they
write letters.
I know. Hey, I emailed my local CW. Thank you very much. I'm like, really? I'm like, you really think you're going to get more ratings with that than actually part 1 of the crossover? Really? That's right. I sent a stern email. I'm a badass.
Yeah, he was not happy.
But no, we were talking about the extended trailer went up today. We saw Will Wheaton's going to have at least a cameo in it as like an angry homeless guy.
What is he doing in it?
He's holding up a sign like the end is nigh. That's what I said, like all Rorschach style.
Oh, well, that means he's doing something bigger than that.
Wheaton.
Oh, well, just to throw it out there, if you remember when they did the Marvel vs. DC crossover,
yeah,
one of the Axis guys was a crazy homeless guy.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
Oh my lord! I hope they do that.
Deep dives, man.
I hope they do that, and I hope they name his character Wesley again, just so someone can tell him, say, "Shut up, Wesley."
No, he doesn't like when you do that.
Oh, and Lilith, you know what Tyler just laid on me? You know who else the CW reached out to?
Who?
To be in the crossover, which you knew they were never going to get. Nick Cage.
Yeah, sure.
I'm going to steal the Book of Destiny. They tried, but you knew they weren't going to get him.
Nick Cage would have totally done it. He would do it for a hamburger and a donut at this point.
Oh,
see, his financial straits. So that's how I know they did not ask him seriously to do it.
He just didn't want to wear the.
He needs some money. He's been bankrupt and he's done a lot of bad investments. It's not like it's an open secret. You can look it up.
That's what
have you seen the last 8 movies he's made? They're all terrible, with the exception of Mandy. Mandy was awesome.
Thank you, Lilith. That's what I was trying to say. Charlie's telling me Nicolas Cage is still a legit actor.
He was never. First of all, he was never a legit actor. Let's be clear.
He's a national treasure, Lilith.
He's a national treasure, yes, but a good actor, the bona fide actor, no.
He just didn't want to wear the mullet.
Okay, I was trying to say
because he knew he was going to be 90s Superman.
That was Tristan's Cthulhu versus the Kraken.
Nice.
I wanted to give something for the video people. But
see, look, Tristan just produced more.
Can't hear what's going on.
See, Tristan just produced better content than Nicolas Cage. Come on.
I'm not going to argue that. Like I said, I mostly love Nicolas Cage. And here's my thing with Nicolas Cage. Nicolas Cage had a great year between Spider-Verse and Teen Titans Go the movie.
Wasn't that 2018 and not 2019? I'm confused.
Well, Spider-Verse was December 2018, yeah. So, I mean,
yeah.
They were both for 2018.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, so yeah,
okay.
he, like myself, he had a good 2018.
Hey, Charlie said he had a good year.
2019 has been kicking his ass.
Hey, Charlie said he had a good year. He didn't say it was this year.
I mean, he had a good year with National Treasure.
I mean, overall,
he had a good year
if you
when
put all of his good times together, it makes one great year.
Yeah, he made that great movie a couple months ago. You know, Con Air.
Yeah, so he had a great year when Con Air came out.
I'm going to steal the Book of Destiny.
So what else you got for us, Philip?
Oh, it was announced today Peter Sarsgaard has been cast in an unknown role so far in The Batman. Yet another name added to the
Batman. Who do we know who's cast? You see, so we've got, Batman, Catwoman,
Gordon. Do we have a Penguin, or were they speculating?
No, Penguin's still not 100%.
Oh, we got
Riddler,
Falcone.
Yeah, Riddler.
Falcone.
And Falcone.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Alfred.
That's a lot of villains to put in it.
And that's Alfred.
Well, again,
it might just be like we might just get 10 minutes at the Iceberg Club. Who knows? Because they do want to spin out stuff. They want to build this.
Well, again, are we doing Long Halloween? Are we doing Arkham Asylum?
Oh, I think they should do something else. It's just, I mean, yeah, if you're doing 10 minutes in the Iceberg Club, a quick pan in Arkham Asylum, that's great. But not for nothing, you don't cast your name actors for that role.
Yeah.
It's to lock in their contract, honey. Oh, honey.
Oh, sweet summer child.
Tell that to the guy who played Thanos in Avengers. You know,
whose name Charlie can't remember.
Well, he was already on a Marvel thing, and it is what it is.
Oh, they got him double now.
Yeah,
they got him double now. He's Thanos and Cable.
Oh, I agree. I agree with
No.
get them in there. You have them sign their contracts. You have them agree.
In the original Avengers, it was a different actor.
Oh yeah.
There's a stuntman. There's just a stuntman that they put
exactly.
In there. Yeah, he wasn't contracted to be Thanos. He was just in there. But if you get the contract, that Billy D. Williams was contracted to be Two-Face in Batman Forever, but they actually had to pay him his salary, even though he wasn't in the movie, to be able to get him out of this contract.
But Billy D. Williams was already playing Harvey Dent.
Right.
He was already Harvey Dent established in that universe.
Right, and that's what I'm saying is...
Yeah, they paid him because they didn't want a black man to be Two-Face, because,
Hey, Billy D will go any way you want.
No.
Hey, Billy D will go any way you want, okay?
Yes.
No,
Get it?
Live is true. That
Billy
is
did
true.
the role and was honestly a little mad that he didn't get to do it, but, they paid his check, so what he's going to do. But no, I mean, really, whose decision was it that Billy D. Williams wouldn't have been a fantastic better than the guy who wound up playing him in the movie?
It was Schumacher's.
Well, I was going to say, because Burton left after the second one. Schumacher came in, and it's like
he admitted he wanted everyone gone, but Alfred and Gordon. That's all he wanted to keep.
Well, I don't think Keaton even wanted to come back, did he?
No.
No.
But the idea is like what Lilith
I don't
said,
blame him.
You get them in there, you establish the characters, you ground them. They're in there for a little bit, but you build them into something bigger, going forward.
So yeah, I mean
Plus, they might not have the time commitment at this moment, but they're still interested. Look how long it took Black Adam to get off the ground. Like literally, it's been a decade.
and they did it. They haven't revealed who he is, but supposedly he was shaving his head.
If it's not Zaz, I'm pissed. We riot.
That's what that was my guess.
Peter Sarsgaard plays a good crazy guy, like so good.
Well, if he's a Batman rogue, he's gonna be crazy.
Yeah,
I mean, it's not like he's playing Parallax here, people.
So
plot twist.
Hector Hammond. Oh my lord! Don't. Oh,
I haven't seen Green Lantern in a very long time, and I haven't seen all of it ever. So, yeah.
Be kind to yourself.
He's got a cast in a role. What he's going to be, we'll see. I mean, Zaz, everyone seems to like Zaz, Zazzles, as I call him.
Gotham made him
He
big.
doesn't scare me. Crazy serial killers don't scare me.
If they go full comic and every time he's knifing people to death and then he's making a scar every time he kills somebody, I mean, they can make him scary.
That doesn't scare me.
It's not scary. It's just something that
they can make
the Rogues Gallery.
But they can make him more suspenseful than Gotham did. That's all I'm saying. There you go, Rob. Gotham.
I guess what I would say is, first off, if he does that, everyone's going to say, "Oh, he's doing Killmonger's thing." So it's like, and Killmonger did it better. So it's
that's a might be big assumption, but okay.
Killmonger was a really strong force in the Black Panther.
I agree, but I'm just saying it.
Lilith just saw him.
It's pretty presumptuous.
Lilith just saw him. She didn't hear a word he said. Once that shirt came
Zaz,
out.
can we just talk about how uninteresting the Zaz looks for Birds of Prey? We got our new character posters.
Nothing.
They're still actually going to put that movie out, Tyler. I would be embarrassed at this point to put out a female film like that. That's all that I'm saying.
You know who look
mortified, utterly mortified in 2020 to put out a movie like that.
You know who looks bad in that movie? Black Mask.
Everybody looks bad in that.
Everybody looks terrible. Thank you.
Yeah.
This is going to be worse than Arrow's Birds of Prey.
I mean, it's basically just Harley Quinn and wallpaper. That's all. What it is.
I'm DC all the way, and I'm positive about and support things. But this is like the first DC project where I'm like, I'm going to see it. But
okay, like everything about it is like Harley has no business being up front and center. I get you guys are like super infatuated with Margot Robbie. I get it. Okay.
Then you should have just done a Harley
Solo movie. All the 13-year-old boys would have lined up.
Or Harley.
Talk about a milkshake bringing the boys to the yard.
Or even better, do a Harley and Ivy team up thing. You get another hot chick to be Poison Ivy. You definitely pulling the 13-year-old boys in.
I mean, and then like, or it just made where they talked about at one point Gotham City Sirens versus
the
Birds of Prey.
Sirens instead of Birds of Prey.
Yeah,
like,
don't make Harley a bird on Birds of Prey. Yeah, no.
Like,
no.
This I mean, the Birds of Prey just look. They all look horrible.
Is it?
The script looks horrible. All the live stuff that I've seen.
Lilith, is this why they're dumping it in February?
Yes, because it's a horror movie.
Is that an actual movie, or is that like on streaming?
No, it's an actual movie.
What, Harley and the Birds of Prey? No, that's coming to the theater.
Like wide release?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like an MCU movie. Yeah. Yeah.
We were supposed to get
Yeah, exactly, Charlie. Now you see why we're like, what? That's coming to
Okay.
yeah.
I thought this was like,
No.
The DCU streaming or maybe HBO Max or
Okay.
that sounds like something that might be fun to watch in my living room.
Okay, this is why they're in trouble. 1, Tyler Patrick, who can defend just about anything DC, cannot defend this. 2, Charlie Esser, who doesn't know as much about DC, thought, hey, this is just some, another Doom Patrol or something that's coming to DC Universe.
Yeah.
Birds of Prey wishes it could be Doom Patrol, first of all. It wishes. Doom Patrol is amazing, Philip.
But that's
amazing.
No, I'm just saying, Charlie Esser didn't know this was a theatrical release. That's what I'm saying. If Tyler can't defend it, let's go with Charlie as the general public doesn't know what's going on with it. They're in trouble.
I'm interested in the film and just enough for right now, like Harley, because I liked what Margot Robbie did. I'd like to see what she does. I love Ewan McGregor, so I'm going to give him a shot. But that's really, about it. And I know right now there's like some convention going on, and they showed like the opening footage of it. That's why we got all the new posters. And the new trailer. And they say we're going to get an actual comic book accurate Black Mask in the movie.
I hardly
Yeah, it's going to be like the last, second of the movie he puts on the mask and then cuts to black. But anyways, I don't have a lot of I like the Birds of Prey. But then for the fact they don't have that girl, who to me is
they're going to have Cassandra Cain, but she's not going to be in costume.
Right. And because even depending on how they do Cassandra Cain, she could be Orphan.
Yeah, they're going to have Cassandra Cain, and they're going to have Black Canary, but Black Canary's not going to look like, she's not going to have the costume or anything.
She don't have the costume, and she don't feel like Black Canary. And it's not because they race swap, because that doesn't really matter.
I don't care about that, but I'm just saying, if you just look at her, nothing screams Black Canary about it.
Right. It doesn't feel like the character.
The costume, nothing.
And then Huntress doesn't even feel real like Huntress. her costume is crap. Straight up garbage.
And did I see a poster for Montoya? Did they get like an older actress to play her?
Yes, Rosie Perez. Yes.
Why? She's supposed to be one of the younger cops.
The WB needs to fulfill their contracts with their actors. Hello,
Megan.
It's getting dumped in February. They should have just burned the negative and collect the insurance. That's all I'm saying.
But here's the thing that's weird to me about this. Is this this is in the Suicide Squad universe, right?
Yeah.
This is Margot Robbie, so it's ostensibly in that dead universe.
And
it's the last thing we get from that.
Not Suicide Squad 2?
Margot Robbie.
Well, Suicide Squad 2 is a reboot, and they're going to pretend like none of that happened.
Oh, really?
But it's a
that's what I heard. That's why it's the Suicide Squad.
But even then, you're bringing back 4 actors from the first film.
Who's
you have
Rick Flag. Rick Flag?
What if they just blow up in the first 10 minutes
Amanda
of the movie?
Waller. Waller, Flag.
Waller, that makes sense.
Waller, Flag, Boomerang, and Harley.
Is Harley in it?
Well, I guess Boomerang's kind of.
But if they pull, you guys remember G.I. Joe? How Channing Tatum was the only returning character, and then he died in the first 5 minutes.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying.
And then all of a sudden it was just The Rock. So, for all we know, something like that could happen. And we did get some sort of confirmation that there will be some sort of representation of the Jared Leto style Joker.
No, please, no. No.
It's supposed to be something about.
What did we do wrong, Daddy? Please don't punish us.
Okay, $5 says they cut off the Joker's face thing and someone's wearing it.
Oh, nice.
I'm just gonna throw this out there, guys. Real quick.
Mark my words.
My daughter emptied her toy box and she's just hanging out in her toy box.
Oh, I should do that.
Mark my words.
I mean, that's cool, right?
Because you do not go to the car and procure her hat, Father.
I know. No. She has to wear her mini hat instead of her Supergirl hat. I'm a horrible parent.
You know? Yes, you are, obviously. making her shield Disney.
Girls get what they want, Tyler. Hello, Megan.
Oh, she does.
Boys, it don't matter. Little girls get what they want.
Oh, she does.
Yeah.
Why do you think? Why do you think Lilith didn't grow anymore?
Oh, you're terrible.
Oh, yeah.
What else you got for us before we get into comic books, folks? Anything else you want to set on fire?
Oh,
have people yelling at us on the internet about?
I was telling hey, get off my internet lawn. I was telling the boys that I watched the second episode of Harley Quinn. I liked this episode better than the first week.
I will be watching it later when Jania gets home.
I was gonna say, wait till the kids are asleep. We still not as much foul language, but there is still some.
But even then, just because Sayla's so in love with that character right now,
oh yeah,
she would be like, "I want to watch Daddy," and I explained to her watching it.
Yeah, but yeah, Lilith, I was telling the boys, Harley and Ivy crash the bar mitzvah of one Mr. Joshua Cobblepot, Oswald's nephew.
Oh, okay.
The Penguin's there, Bane's there. The Joker shows up after he's like saying that it was going to be stupid. Kite Man was there.
So the Joker crashes. Josh was.
Well, no, the Joker was invited, but first he's like, "I'm not coming. That's stupid." But then he does show up. No, Harley.
Free booze, man. Everybody knows bar mitzvahs are where it's at.
Harley and Ivy show up, and then Kite Man doses some of the 13-year-old boys with like Poison Ivy carries her pheromones. She's like, "Yeah, those make." She tells someone, "Yeah, those make people fall in love with me," and then kills them. So she has to get the antidote to save the 13-year-old boys. But then she begrudgingly tells them, "Yeah, here's the antidote. I'll fix you, but you know, it only works when it comes in contact with my saliva." And they're like, "Oh, you have to kiss us." She's like, "No, it's antidote contact." So she gives them all a quick pet. But no, I mean, there's some funny stuff with Bane in there. I don't know why the Scarecrow has some kind of weird accent, but he does.
I don't understand why Cobblepot is inviting the Joker to anything. You know?
See, that's a secret love affair that you guys just totally
missed. It kind of works into the plot because, like, at the end, like, you know, Joker and Harley, of course, are fighting again, and you know all the villains are like they try to kill Harley and Ivy, and Harley's like, "Why?" Because the Joker's like, "Oh, let's kill them," and Harley's like, "Why are you guys listening to him?" She goes, "He's always mean to all of you." She goes, "I know for a fact he was mean to me for years, but he treats you all the same way." And that's when Bane's like, "Yes, you took my meal that I picked 12 weeks ago."
Yeah, I mean, I'm just saying the Joker is not a nice person.
Oh no, that's what. Yeah.
I don't know why. I mean, like,
it's like look, it's the Sleeping Beauty thing. If you don't invite the angry fairy, she will come and curse your children. Okay,
he's the #1 villain in town. You know,
you gotta appease the megalomaniac sometimes. You hope he doesn't show up, but you gotta send the invite.
Maybe they think Joker's going to bring a big present or something. You know.
Well, yeah, but I mean that's one.
Here's $1,000, kid. Here's $1,000, kid. Just wash the blood off.
Kind of messed up when you think about it, because you can say all this stuff about why doesn't Batman just kill the Joker to save everyone time and trouble? It's like,
why don't the other villains kill him?
Yeah, exactly. It's like, why doesn't Falcone say, "You're really hurting my business, Mr. Joker. I think it's time that you moved on." And you can say, "Oh, well, I'm going to go crazy up your house." Like, well, I think Zazzles might have something to say about it. You know, there you go, Joker versus Zazzles.
Oh,
that's the film that's going to make Philip a happy man.
Oh, and we got a celebrity cameo in this episode. I mean, yeah, he's animated, but he did his own voice, and the Joker killed him on live TV on like some morning talk show.
Robert De Niro?
No. Well, no, it makes sense, but no, the Joker kills Howie Mandel.
Oh, yeah. He wouldn't do that.
He wouldn't shake his hand. Anybody that knows Howie, he's a germaphobe.
Oh, I know. Yeah. But no, they were like, it was like Good Morning Gotham. Or for some reason, Howie Mandel was on Good Morning Gotham like teaching people like
promoting a new tour course.
No, it was like cooking tips or something. I was like, really? No, the comedy would have made sense, but it was like something about cooking tips or something. I was like, really?
Everybody writes a cookbook eventually.
But no, I mean, it was actually his voice, and they said it's Howie Mandel.
A spotless kitchen.
Maybe.
Oh, wow. Oh, you ever see the Phil Hartman bit, The Anal Retentive Chef? It is a hilarious.
Oh, yeah.
Sketch, so that would have been perfect.
And like I think I told you, Lilith, Kite Man's in this episode, and he keeps hitting on Ivy, of course, and then she has him take her back to her place to get the antidote for the kids, and then like she's like, wait, where'd he go? And then he's like laying in her bed like naked, and he's like, whoa, what? She's like, what are you doing? And he's like, what do you mean? He's like, anytime a date goes good that you have sex. And she's like, wait, she's like, this isn't a date. And he's like, oh, I'm so embarrassed.
I think it was embarrassing when he decided.
See, this is why I need Maz here. Then I can make the reference of pulling the naked man, which is a How I Met Your Mother reference.
I got that.
You said pull.
I make that reference and joke to my wife all the time.
You said
pull the naked man, and she's like,
You said pulling the naked man.
Anyway.
I got you.
Get it?
Somebody take Phil's toys away.
Indeed.
Hey, fun fact. Me and Maz are finishing, hopefully this Sunday, The Boys.
Oh, yes? Because I did get episode 5 and 6.
Mandalorian, I thought that was like a thing that was going to happen.
I mean, that would be on one of my lists, obviously.
Because I was going to get it.
I don't want to, whatever Maz feels.
Because I was going to get in touch with you guys. I think I counted it out. I think the last episode of The Boys might post the first week of January, so.
Yeah, I know. But we don't know when the next. I know the next series of The Boys comes sometime in 2020.
Yeah, probably.
Give us a hard date.
Yeah.
But if you have these 8-episode shows, you can like hammer them out real quick. So.
Yeah.
If you guys want to stick to the 8, I would also suggest maybe Chilling Adventures of Sabrina. I don't know how Miles feels about that.
I mean, that's great, but like the current season, or go back to the beginning.
Go back to the beginning.
Yeah, I mean that's good, but then it's like a lot of episodes. That's all. But yeah, I mean, I'd love to do the Chilling Adventures of Sabrina. I love that show.
It's 13.
That's an interesting idea.
Right? Yeah, that was when 13 was the tradition. Now they're doing it at the 8 number.
Yeah.
But you know what? You can get better actors if you just do 8.
Hooray!
Yep. You make it a less of a commitment, and it's much easier to get more people. Especially if you just have them for one episode, like Nick Nolte.
Without a doubt.
I have spoken. Jinx.
Oh, but yeah, I don't know if anyone watched today's episode of Mandalorian, but Ming-Na Wen finally showed up.
Yeah.
No, I have not. Don't ruin anything, Phil. Jeez,
I won't say anything. That's all I say. She's in the episode.
I'm just saying, like, wait until I was with my wife, because we do everything together.
Speaking of Ming-Na Wen, has anyone seen this new Mulan trailer?
Yep, it looks awesome.
Okay.
Too bad they can't have the singing. Why doesn't China like singing? Why? That's what our global market of movies is dictated by now, and I'm so excited about it.
It's not a musical?
They're a big market.
It's not a musical. There will be no let's get down to business. Like, what? Millennials, we need to riot and tell them no.
Okay, to be fair.
It's just interesting how these live-action remakes, they kind of wiggle in and out, like, with the musical numbers. They're like, we'll figure some way.
I think Aladdin didn't need a musical number, is all that I'm saying.
Yeah, what I will say about Mulan is that is sort of a founding mythos, and it's if Mulan had been Hamilton, maybe it could have been a musical in China, but it was more like 1776. So
it just this Mulan seems like it's just going to be taken.
I mean, I get that they're going for the more quote unquote kind of like a more realistic, but come on. Yeah. They better bring the Szechuan sauce back too, damn it, when it comes out.
I was waiting for it. I'll make a man out of you. But
I don't think I don't think in 2020 we can do that references.
You also have the very real reality that I think Chinese the Chinese language may not translate as well into, Rodgers and Hammerstein style musicals. So, because obviously Chinese opera isn't like that. So,
how come we just can't cut China versions of movies in American? That's all I'm saying. Like,
we do.
Come on.
You mean segregation, Lilith?
You mean like that extra scene that's in Iron Man 3 just for China?
Oh, well, they do have those, but I mean, it's very hard to cut something that's a musical and make it not a musical, or do a completely separate set of musical numbers,
or just make us a soundtrack. Whatever, I don't care.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, Charlie, if you look at the messenger, Tyler sent 2 posters for Birds of Prey. If you want to haunt your dreams,
on the anger that we're feeling.
If you want to haunt your dreams tonight,
and I've been tagging you and stuff too, so you'll have plenty of time later to just enjoy.
I mean, I gotta be honest with you, DC's posters haven't been doing much for me.
DC's movies haven't been doing much for me.
I'll be like, none of these posters anymore do much for me because they all look like garbage.
I mean, even the Wonder Woman,
they let the interns make them. That's the secret.
Even the Wonder Woman 84, which I know everyone else likes it. It's like, I mean, all of the
looks like an Elton John album cover.
These ones look like what these look like. They look like the box art for the direct-to-video Suicide Squad. So they did like Suicide Squad.
It'd be better if it was direct-to-video.
Direct-to-video. Well, yeah, but that's again why I thought that's what it was.
It's in the back room. It's in the back. Oh,
bye! Thanks for joining us.
They just broke some stuff. So I gotta go.
Sorry.
Good luck, Father.
Hope it wasn't expensive.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
But yeah, they should have kept the Suicide Squad in the back room with the other dirty movies.
Well, I'm just saying it just doesn't. You know what? It seems like something that they.
It's a dead universe. Put it on HBO Max.
You know what it is I think they felt committed to it, and honestly, HBO Max has Watchmen. I don't think they want Birds of Prey hanging out there.
It'll be there eventually, just a director release.
I know. I'm just saying HBO is kind of really prides itself on being, premium television.
All you Margot Robbie lookalikes, get your resumes ready.
Oh, no, if they ever do Harley again, they're going to do an old school Harley. They're going to do a whole...
I don't know. They like that slutty look for some reason.
Wow. First off, skin tight leotards are very slutty. So don't act like that's not.
There's no such thing as slutty clothing. First of all, white males of the podcast.
Okay, fair enough. Thank you, Lilith.
Shh. Yeah. Woman, we're in the middle of our mansplaining. Shh.
Let me rephrase myself. A skin tight leotard is very sexy clothing. Is that acceptable to you, Lilith?
Hey, different strokes for different folks.
Yeah, but I think they want to.
I love.
Yeah, but they want to show skin though too. Yeah. I think that's what I'm saying.
What are you gonna do?
I think going forward we might be changing that. That's all I'm saying. Like 2020 is no place for WB exec shenanigans like the Wonder Woman upskirt shots from Justice League. Like no place for that in 2020. I'm sorry.
Yeah. I mean, and again, the boys kind of hang a lampshade on that.
See, that's the thing. If they,
costume, so.
Yeah, but that's the thing. If even if there is a Snyder cut, what is it? More upskirt shots?
Well, no. See, that's a Joss Whedon thing.
Okay.
Between us hens, that's a Joss Whedon thing. And the Snyder stuff that you saw is all unedited. It's like 214 minutes of all his unedited crazy nonsense. If anybody's seen Sucker Punch, you know what I mean. That's what it is. It's just one long take of Sucker Punch, probably.
See, I thought Joss Whedon's thing was feet.
He's at the end of the day, he's into a lot of things. Okay,
he's not just. So he's not just
like Snyder's not like it's kind of odd because Snyder's not like that guy with the objectification and stuff. Like with because even Sucker Punch, like I give Sucker Punch crap, but it has some meaning and deeper layers that I wish he could have like managed to find in Justice League. But that's the whole nother thing.
I know 300 makes me think that Snyder has a real type. So
well, he's not Bryan Singer, so.
I'm not saying Bryan Singer is type. I'm just saying, you can like something visually and not have it be a fetish. So I'm just saying, I think, honestly, I think that's probably the hardest thing for guys like that when people get mad about, you're putting the female in there because they want that they want that beefcake look, you know? That's what they want to look at in their art.
I mean, you know, maybe he was born too late. Maybe he belonged in, like, you know, Greece at the height of their society. I don't know. Who's to say? I know those statues do nothing for me, but, you know.
Yeah, and, you know, actually, the Greeks were not as big into bulkiness as our modern, you know, heroes.
Yeah, that's true.
They were much more for, they were actually more for androgyny, believe it or not.
Oh, yeah.
The Greeks were very much, like, the ideal form was very, you know, sort of
constantly guessing.
Yeah, you know, just, you know, moving between worlds, because, you know, it's the platonic ideal. You know, you want to be of the mind. So, yeah, Zack Snyder is not of the mind.
He actually is, but like, well,
no, I'm just saying,
he can't be.
Barta.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like, no, there's some very interesting camera work and stuff in Sparta and in 300 and in Sucker Punch and in Justice League, but it's like the Justice League stuff, it just like it felt too I am a film school student kind of thing.
Well, you ever see anything?
I'm a pretentious film school student. I watched Stellaris in its original Russian kind of pretentious film school nerd.
Have you ever seen anything Jerry O'Connell has directed?
No.
Yes.
That Jerry O'Connell?
Has anyone?
Yeah. My Secret Identity, yeah. He is very much a film school student. And yeah, I think him and Zack Snyder would get along swimmingly. You know, and he mostly does TV, and it's really jarring in TV because he does very visual storytelling in, you know, an 18-inch box. It's interesting. He has a definite style, Jerry O'Connell.
I'll have to look it up. Like, does he do like procedurals or like what? Like, what's his...
Okay, he did one episode of Crossing Jordan, which was actually his backdoor pilot.
Oh yeah, I didn't know I loved Crossing Jordan. That is like, how did I not know this? I probably just didn't pay attention back then. But yeah,
I remember. He does the backdoor pilot where he it's like that, you know, that secret team of super cops that he joins.
Yeah, I remember that. Oh, Crossing Jordan. Oh, that stuff with the fate of, you know, using too much, you know, of the time music. Yeah. And then, like, you still can't find a DVD of it, I don't think.
Oh, it actually airs on broadcast over here on one of the Channel 2. So it's a CBS affiliate. It's not Decades. It's the one just below. It's called, like, DABL here, Dabble. And, yeah, they air it all the time. Yeah.
Like, you can't even find good copies of that on the internet. Like that show is one of those shows that
you might just have to pay for it. That might be.
I was down to pay for it, but you can't find it.
Pay for it.
I'll have to type in Crossing.
I hardly know her. Okay, on that note.
Very happy recently to find out that Crackle has the critic.
You welcome to Crackle.
Yeah, I'm not impressed in any way by Crackle. You
find little gems in there every now and then.
I know. Well, actually, it's interfaces for like
it's terrible.
Yeah, and it loads poorly. I don't think they built the server space for it because it's like watching the critic. It was like, you know, every 5 minutes it was just cycling. Very, very, very frustrating. But anyway, I got to watch The Critic, and I was so happy to come across The Critic again.
They have a couple of really cool original shows, too, but...
Okay. Well, I downloaded the app. I might as well look at it from time to time now.
You know, it works better on your phone, I will say that. Like, if you're streaming it from the TV app, no, not so much. But if you can stream it from your app to your TV, then do it that way. For some reason, it works better.
Oh, good to know. Good to know.
All right, want to talk some comics?
Yes, please.
Phil's Comics Corner.
All right, who wants to start?
It was a light week for me, so you boys can talk about what you like.
Oh, so you didn't read?
No hard copies here,
so you didn't read Batman 84, issue 84?
No.
I mean, Tom King's only got one more issue. No, this one he basically shows how we got here with Bruce's, you know, Flashpoint Batman. The whole issue basically goes backwards. You know, it shows him teaming up with Bane, and then it shows how Thomas Wayne got here. Remember the Button storyline? Lilith, Reverse Flash brought Thomas Wayne to this universe, and then it starts flashing back to his world. I guess they weren't romantic, but he was like, I guess he teamed up with Catwoman in his universe.
Huh.
She was kind of like his Robin. Yeah,
that would be super creepy since she would literally be old enough to be her dad.
Well, that's the thing. Yeah, they weren't romantic because I guess they meet and he's like, you remind me of my son. You know, he would have been your age.
Yeah.
Because
although to be fair, Batman is stripping Batgirl in some storylines. So yeah,
in the
storyline
in the Killing Joke movie, we won't go there. Yeah. But yeah, no, in the Flashpoint universe, they showed. Well, you know how Bruce's mother becomes the Joker. She kills Alfred in that universe.
Oh, okay.
Man, Alfred can't catch a break in any universe.
He did hire the person to try and kill them and wound up killing Bruce. So.
True. Oh, and then they show in that universe after Joe Chill kills Bruce, later on, Thomas finds Joe Chill and kills him. He basically bludgeons his head in with a rock over and over.
Did Joe Chill get arrested in that universe, or did he get away?
What, in the Flashpoint?
Yeah.
I don't know, because they just shows him like killing him in an alley. So I mean, if he gets arrested, he gets out eventually.
Okay. Yeah, they don't have very good prisons,
especially in Flashpoint.
Anywhere in the DC universe.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, the Marvel universe was no better for prison breakouts. You know.
Especially if you're a Spider-Man villain, you do it by the dozens. In that case.
Yeah. Well, they always said the bigger problem was that Rikers just was never built to hold supervillains.
Supervillains.
Well, they used to have the Vault in Colorado, but now it just seems they use the raft and that's a good idea. Let's have a supervillain prison right in the New York River there. You know.
Yeah. Well, actually, we don't know that it's. Well, I mean, I guess in the comic books, it's in the New York River.
I think in some of the Bendis Avengers, they said it was like right off. You know, it was like right in New York. There, I'm like,
just Rikers Island, just
yeah.
Yet somehow less secure because it's on floaties.
Yeah, I mean, in the '90s, at least the Vault made sense. It was in the middle of nowhere in Colorado or something. You know,
the Vault's a great idea. I think
it was like in the middle of the woods somewhere.
Did you mean the Flash's pipeline?
No, this thing had toilets, Lilith.
The Vault is that it got, and you see this in all over the Marvel universe, is that these things just get full up.
Oh yeah,
you know damn well the pipeline has a toilet. They made it a scene in the TV show to shut fans up.
Shut Charlie up.
Yeah, really. Hey, I fought for that. My voice was heard. Okay. So don't act like they don't listen, because they are clearly listening. Like, oh, he keeps on saying we don't have toilets.
Charlie fought for that toilet, little hellfire.
Yeah. I'm glad they finally showed a toilet. And then they showed how the toilets actually lead to the breaking of the entire system. You say, that's why we don't have toilets, man. Like, that's not an excuse. Maybe you didn't make the toilet.
God used his powers to sweep it away.
I'm just
to that dead planet.
If you didn't make the toilet go into the wall, if you just had like a freaking steel toilet in the middle of the place.
No, you get a bucket and paper towel.
I think those toilets are what Bloodwork was going to use to take over the city this week, Lilith.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I'm just saying, when you make the toilet that fancy, obviously it's an electric toilet. It's going to short out your entire system. Because nobody designs it to be self-contained. Which is really what you should do. You should actually have like an electric toilet, as they say, where it literally vaporizes whatever you're putting in there.
Literally.
After you close the lid. They had that idea in the 70s. It was great. It was brilliant. It'll give you a bit of a shock, but
Nice.
The electric toilet. Make it happen.
Oh, and on the keeping on the Batman track, Batman Universe 6 came out. The conclusion of Bendis's arc. So once again, just so people think I always bash Bendis, I enjoyed this issue. I mean, White Lantern Ring, Green Lanterns, Vandal Savage, even a little bit more Nightwing.
Well, I mean, to be fair, this was probably what he wanted to do in the first place,
Mm-hmm.
But, they maybe didn't want to give him Batman because, not for nothing, they don't need to sell Batman books.
And it'd be too obvious,
You know?
Superman needs more help than Batman, and he still does.
Well, New 52. Who the hell wanted a casual Friday Superman? Nobody.
To be fair, if Superman's books were selling before then, they wouldn't try to change him so much.
They got
Not
greedy.
for nothing. If just put it simple, if Peter Parker was selling, they wouldn't have Ben Reilly. if Captain America was selling, they wouldn't have Winter Soldier. You know, don't act like these iconic long-term heroes don't wear on people and get dull. So yeah, Superman gets dull for people. His sales drop, and they say, "Well, we need something," and they bring in John Byrne, they bring in Bendis, they bring in whomever. You know.
I thought he was going to say U.S. Agent when he said Captain America.
No, because U.S. Agent never... Well, I mean, U.S. Agent didn't replace Captain America because it was still Captain America's book. Steve Rogers was still central to the book.
Yeah.
That's the thing. It's like they didn't get rid of Steve Rogers.
Yeah, I know.
They just had a new Captain America. It's a subtle difference. When they brought in Bucky, and then Bucky's more popular than Steve Rogers, you know, that's what happens. And then they did it again with Falcon, you know, where they really, you know... Those true blue Boy Scout heroes, sometimes people don't like in the modern era.
U.S. Agent, or as my new favorite nickname that CBR gave him, U.S. A-hole.
I still say that the guy that got playing U.S. Agent looks so... The actor looks so much like Dennis Duffy. It's disturbing.
Well, yeah, when he has the beard, I wonder if they're going to make him shave it for the show, though.
Well, yeah, they definitely made him shave it for the show, but it makes you wonder...
They're going to combine that storyline.
They chose that guy. It makes you go... Are they going to do are they going to merge? They do that all the time, you know, where they just sort of like take qualities from other characters and stick them in there. And like, not for nothing, U.S. Agent, John Walker, and Dennis Duffy both went through the same power.
Strength augmentation, yeah.
Yes, it went through the exact same process. So,
but no Ginger. They're cheating Lil Fowl with Ginger.
Yeah,
it's what they do now. It's fine. It's fine.
And he's a gay Ginger now, so you know.
That's even worse now. Just say, it's like, ugh, poor redheads, no representation.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, Lilith, did you read Lois Lane number 6?
Of course I did.
I figured.
Was one of my 3 DC books.
Oh. But yeah, basically Leviathan Aftermath dealing with the death of her father.
Thank God, because that man was a see you next Tuesday.
Well, I mean, I didn't know if they were going to kill him this quick, but you kind of knew his days were numbered once Lois blurted out, yeah, that's right, your son-in-law is Superman.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, let's start the clock. That was another Bendis maneuver.
Okay, so I don't know how central General Lane is to the Superman mythos, but it's, you know.
I mean, they clash from time to time.
I mean, he's been in and out since what, the 80s, 90s, Lilith, and it's always like he
So he's not like a Thaddeus Thunderbolt Ross character where we're just counting the hours, you know.
Well, he had his issues with Superman, so it's like, look, he hates Superman, but little does he know that's his son-in-law.
Yeah, but he hasn't. But my point is, he hasn't been central to the plot the way that Thaddeus Ross was through the whole.
No, I mean in certain storylines, but yeah, not. Yeah, it's not like an ongoing thing. Yeah, no.
Is he kind of just a poor man's Thunderbolt Ross, where they said, we need someone to hate Superman and chase after him. Let's make a general with a mustache for some reason.
No, he didn't have a mustache.
What?
He didn't have a mustache, no.
Oh, okay. I thought he had a mustache.
Not in this version, anyway.
Yeah, I know they've done him with a mustache in the past.
Yeah.
I know I've seen General Lanes with mustaches.
That's when they really called out that General Ross pastiche.
Yeah. I mean, really, but it literally is like, oh, he's dating, you know, the creature that he's after is in love with his daughter, and you know.
That alien.
Come up with your own ideas, DC. That alien. We're all aliens from somewhere, man.
I know. But I was going to say.
Okay, did you read New Year's Evil, #1?
No, I didn't.
It's got Calendar Man in it, for God's sakes. Get your head out of your butt.
Okay.
I mean, I know $10 is a little steep.
Wait, it was $10?
I like yeah, it's $10. It's got a lot of great little stories, though. It really does.
You need more than Calendar Man to get me to buy a $10 book, Lil Hellfire.
Well, Sinestro for Charlie.
I do like Sinestro.
It's a really cute 10 little tales, so it's like $1 a story.
Okay. Oh. So it's actually 10 books in one.
Exactly.
Almost like a trade paperback?
Yeah. Almost.
So, I was going to say, a lot of these books almost sound like they're actually novel prices now, you know?
Yeah, you know me. If it's DC and it's over $4, you know how I feel. But I thought this was really well done. I liked all those little stories. I like a lot of new talent showcase basically of what these books are turning into for art and stories. So I found a couple of little people that I'm going to be on the lookout for on the DC side now. So I think you'd enjoy it, but I'd probably wait. Usually books like this actually end up in like the half off bin by like a month later. So, you know, if you got kids, don't rush out. Don't rush out.
Okay, Lilith, what was the third DC book you read?
You can't guess it?
Is it Young Justice?
No.
Deathstroke?
Yes, Deathstroke 50.
The final issue, yes.
Yes, I was going to say, and this is a good place to leave the character.
Yeah, I mean...
I can't believe they charged an extra damn $1 for the final book. The nerve.
I mean, yeah, there was 2 Deathstrokes running around. One ends up being in, like, from an alternate reality. But then by the end of
I thought they were going to do the Gemini... Oh, well, Gemini... Yeah, man. Everybody knows. It's in the trailer. The plot's in the trailer.
Yeah.
That's what I thought that was going to be, though. Totally.
But I mean, basically, by the end of the book, they just set everything back to status quo.
Yeah, and I don't think we need a Deathstroke movie. New Deathstroke book until the movie comes out, if it ever comes out. That's my point. Be a villain in Teen Titans and all that other stuff, and just don't worry about the book right now.
Old Wade's World joke. Scroll way down. Christopher Priest killed another book.
Poor Christopher Priest.
But again, when are we getting a Green Arrow book, or are they waiting for Oliver to die so they can reset it and just, you know, do Green Arrow that's not so TV version?
Yeah, I need some old school. I need my old school rated M book. Like, I can't bring back Sherwood Forest, all that. I don't
some
care.
muscle and some meat.
No, I want him to be with freaking Black Canary. I need that.
Mm-hmm.
They ruined it in every single medium, and they need to set the status quo back in the comic books. Flat out, point blank.
Hello, Megan.
Are they like the Reed and Sue of the DC universe? They just belong together. No matter how much people say, oh, it's boring, it just, it makes sense.
Yes. Well, she makes him better, and he makes her better, and they just call each other out on their stuff, and like, honestly, Lois doesn't really call Clark out on his stuff. He maybe sometimes calls her out on, you know what I mean?
I mean, at least like Oliver's like a fully fleshed out person, so he can be wrong. So sometimes like they want to write Superman so perfect, so it's like Lois always has to be like the jerk in the relationship.
Exactly.
At least with Black Canary and Green Arrow, you know, it's back and forth. Either one, you know.
Yeah. But, I mean, to be fair, Superman has to live his life in constant fear of destroying the planet. So he kind of actually always has to be the best person.
And then that red kryptonite hits, and it's party time!
Yeah, well, thank you, Superman 3.
Oh, jeez. The views of Charlie Esser do not reflect the views of the Cape and Lunatics podcast.
But that's where that idea comes from.
They had red kryptonite before Superman 3.
But not one that made him go...
Fight me, nerd.
Fight me, nerd.
Yeah. No.
Okay, 3 might have introduced it, but Smallville did it better. Boom!
No, I'm not going to say that Smallville didn't really flesh out the concept and tie it to red kryptonite. Although, actually, Superboy tied it to red kryptonite. The Superboy series did that first. So, Superboy series had red kryptonite turning you evil. Although it might not have been red kryptonite, it might have been something else similar. But the idea that, hey, what if something made you morally weak instead of physically weak? That is Superman 3. You're basic. Everything good about Superman is in Superman 3. Maybe not done as well as others have done it, but that is its origin.
No. But yeah, Deathstroke number 50. I was kind of just like, okay, I don't need another Deathstroke book for a while.
We tied everything up.
Hellblazer's back. I don't care.
Yeah, we tied everything up in a neat little bow. Everything's back the way,
Call me when Joe Manganiello is freaking Deathstroke, and then we can talk. And you make that artwork look like Joe Manganiello, then we can talk.
You know they will if he gets in a movie.
Man. I could not remember his name the other day.
It's Baby Flash.
Lilith's boy toy.
Yeah, he's Flash Thompson, I know, but it's just...
I wouldn't want to fight me neither.
No, the problem with Joe Manganiello is I always get him confused with Joe Mantegna and
Joe McTay is such a little guy.
No, it's the names. It's where they get filed in the brain. And nothing to do with what they look like. It's that their names are too similar, and my brain doesn't work well with alphabetical order. Italian names screw me over. I'm just going to be honest with you. It's like there's too many L's and vowels that I don't know where to put them in it, and it's like...
Silent G's out of nowhere. I know.
Exactly!
We do this unscripted, folks. This is all improv.
A proper filing system. This does not obey the Dewey Decimal System. That's all I'm saying. And so, yeah. So, Joe... And I've already lost his name again.
I forget. This was all years ago.
I'm sorry, what is it, honey? Manganiello.
Oh, his wife remembers.
My wife is the smart one. You can't be this pretty and be smart. Come on, people. Only my
Morgan Fairchild did it.
Look at my butt.
Yeah, well, if you're a lady, you can be smart and beautiful. It's harder for men.
Oh, Philip, how was Young Justice, by the way?
All right. Naomi was in it.
Again?
Yeah, well, when they popped out of the multiverse, because they've been lost in the multiverse, they basically almost fell right on top of Naomi. And she's like, you know, she's been working with Star Labs because Batman and Superman set that up. And then she's like, oh yeah, this is the, I forget the female doctor's name. She's like, this is the doctor I'm working with. And Superboy's like, wait a minute. She's the one who got me lost in the multiverse in the first place. So now it's like, what's Star Lab? You know, what's this doctor at Star Labs up to?
I was gonna say, why do we trust Star Labs anymore? I thought we've already talked about this.
Well, I think Naomi trusted them because she thought, I guess Naomi thought Batman and Superman knew what they were doing.
Okay,
those old men, come on.
To be fair, when it comes to super scientists, they're all a little shady. You know, Von Braun can put you on the moon, or you can drop a bomb on your house, and he doesn't care which. He just wants to build rockets. So when you're dealing with super scientists, it's like, okay, go in this direction, super scientist. Okay, and they're like little children, and they run and they do their thing. And then if they go in the wrong direction, it's like you need someone there to push them back. And as far as sending Superboy into a dark multiverse, it's like, you're Superboy. Freaking
you can handle it.
Exactly. It's like
it was a test. You passed. Magnificent.
It's not like we're sending Damien into it. Okay, he'd probably still come out, but it would have been a much more of a crapshoot. You know, we're sending a freaking Kryptonian in, or even a Kryptonian Luthorian clone, as it were. And
let's just be honest. That's the best of both worlds. It's fine.
It's everything you want. It's what fan fiction demanded.
Basically. I'm convinced somebody was scrolling through the early internets or something. They're like, you know what we should do? I read this great story that I can't mention for legal purposes.
But hey, Lilith, Tim Drake's still playing UPS boy because he's wearing that brown costume still. Oh my god!
What can Brown do for you?
But I don't know.
What's his name again?
Drake.
The Drake. Oh. That's like Seinfeld right there.
Hate the Drake.
Drake's coffee cake. He's brown.
but hey, Lilith, the one good thing he does have going with Tim Drake is, you know, the minute they get back, Tim's texting Stephanie Brown. He's like, "Where are you? What happened?"
Yay!
And that's why he wears brown, because it's how he shows his love.
What?
That's why he wears brown. He's texting Stephanie Brown.
Oh, okay.
Another thing? I'm randomly guessing here that they're a couple.
I just thought he was wearing duck colors. I don't know.
No, but is Stephanie Brown a couple with him?
Yeah, last time. Yeah.
So that's why
she talked him into this. This is who we blame.
I'm just saying. You know,
that's all right. That's right, Florida men. Get your Hellfire outfits on.
Nobody needs to see that. I don't think it's street legal.
Anyway,
I didn't say whips and chains.
Yeah, I mean, if nothing else, if his girlfriend's last name is Brown and he's wearing brown, how do you not put two and two together?
Okay.
Colorists don't just make stuff up, Philip. They're as much a storyteller as everybody else in the group.
We know who made this up, that new costume up, Charlie. I say.
Who made up the new costume?
Bendis.
Well, that's an assumption because.
Well, he's the writer. I'm assuming.
That doesn't mean he's the artist.
I know. He's not the artist, but
usually, he may have written stuff, like I said, it's a collaborative effort. Now, maybe he approved of it, but, it might have been the color said, I think we should make this brown.
I don't think brown is a good color for comic books, though.
I don't think it's a good superhero.
Unless you're Clayface.
Unless you're trying to say he's not a villain and he's not a hero.
Brown is not an anti-hero color. I'm sorry.
No,
I'm a
but
duck.
It's also not a villain color. That's the thing. Brown is a color that is not what you expect. It's not a bright, bold hero killer. It's not a dark, brooding anti-hero.
Oh, brown is dark and brooding. Let me tell you.
Okay, I don't even know why you're going to go there.
What?
I'm just saying. I'm thinking it's earthen. It shows the goodness of the earth, maybe the strength of. Okay, whatever. Obviously, like Rick and Morty, you have to have a certain IQ.
Don't you dare spam that copy pasta at me, mister.
Hey, ask Lilith. I already said I'm the dumbest one on this podcast. You don't have to go there.
I say we all do different things.
Oh, please, Mr. He was on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. You who know like 17 languages, and I'm sitting here reading my funny books.
We're all reading
you're much better than I ever did, Philip. I will say that. Issues, artists, you've got so much knowledge in there. It scares me sometimes.
Yeah, knowledge that no one cares about.
Yeah, well, to be fair, Philip, no one cares about the questions I got to ask on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire either. It's not like those are like, what is the cure for cancer?
Okay, I want to listen to what Charlie has to say about Conan Serpent War #1 on superconnectivity. So we'll talk something else.
Okay, I mean, yeah, I did get through that book. It's actually, I love what they did there. It's a setup book, and I see what you're doing, Marvel. I know what you're doing.
Yes.
I'm sorry. I know what you have purchased, Disney. I see what you're purchasing, Disney. I see where you're going with all this.
We could talk both Conan books this week because Conan was also in Savage Avengers. Conan's Dinner with Dr. Doom,
which was also really good.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I'm trying to find something. Black Cat.
Oh yeah, he did
Cat.
read Black Cat.
Black
Yeah.
Cat.
Yeah, Black Cat #7.
Still my favorite book this week.
Ooh.
Really?
Oh, this was beautiful. I
told you
love
he's hooked.
This Black Cat. I really have to. I'm telling you, I'm buying it next when I go to the store, and it is definitely on my pull list going forward. This is first off, I love the Batroc story. I love this story, and again, it's just this like it's a story about love.
Yeah.
And and about.
I mean, it was basically.
It's beautiful. It's beautiful.
I mean, other times a story like this might seem slow to me, but I mean, because it was basically just backstory for the villain, and I enjoyed it.
I'm glad that they're trying to flesh out their villains now. Marvel really had a bad problem with villains for a long time.
Oh yeah, even the Black Fox, they're flashing up.
Yeah, I mean, well, exactly. Honestly, I think Black Fox got more fleshing out than for what Teresa Drake, is it?
Or was it Odessa?
Odessa Drake, yeah. It's Drake, right? Her last name is Drake, too.
Yes. I don't see her dressed like no duck.
Quack, 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 quack.
Thank you for the drop, Lil Hellfire.
She's not in love with someone named Brown.
That we know of.
Well,
it's a super connection.
Spoilers, she's apparently in love with someone named Hardy. And
Alias.
Yeah.
A Hardy girl.
And honestly, this was all news to me because it's like, oh, the alchemy and the immortal thieves. I'm like, what the what now?
It kind of it's kind of tangentially connected to Gambit,
Yeah.
The Thieves Guild, the Assassins Guild, all that stuff.
Well, okay, but first off,
which was some of the best Gambit stuff ever, by the way.
I have no problem with guilds. It's and also we're secretly immortal because we're working with an alchemist. It's like, okay.
I mean, as you do. I mean, when your name has guild in it, it's implied there's some things going on. I'm just saying.
Alchemy is the thing that's implied. I don't know.
Definitely something mystical.
It's the hip way to sell your soul. Yeah.
Yeah. well the millennials and xenials are doing.
Yeah, I'm
That's
from
low
Michigan,
profile.
which is a union town, which is Union State, which used to be anyway back in the good old days. But
Before Jennifer Granholm, we know.
The alchemists have a union.
Well, honestly, but that's the idea. It's like I see a guild as just a union. It's like, look, we got rules, we got regulations, we got a potluck every Thursday, and you know.
And your Christmas bonus is immortality. You're welcome.
Well, yeah, I'm not faulting the immortality thing, but also if you're immortal and you're gonna be like, you know, all petty about something because someone in the New York Guild annoyed you, wouldn't you
Have
just?
you ever read any like Anne Rice vampire novels? Hello.
I have.
Hello.
And Lestat never struck me as petty.
Oh, he's the pettiest boy of all.
Oh,
He's the poster F boy. Are you kidding me?
No, I don't. Okay. Interview with the Vampire. I felt Louis is petty. I feel
Louis is basic and ungrateful.
Yeah,
basic.
All those things as well. Lestat just seems like a guy who wants to have fun, man.
He became his creator. He became Marius. Let's just be honest.
He's a
And
rebel.
I was like, no, we're not derailing this with vampire talk.
I'm just saying, I love the Vampire Lestat as a book. I really, you know, I don't. That is the film Tom Cruise should have done.
Yes, we all agree.
But not Tom Cruise.
Yeah. No, Tom Cruise is fine. Tom Cruise was fine.
I mean, as long as you make it in the 90s, come on, it has to be Tom Cruise.
Yeah, I mean, you know, first off, they can shoot him on an apple cart. That's fine.
Well, Lestat
As
wasn't
they
that
do
big
with
anyway.
everything.
I mean, Lestat wasn't that tall anyway.
You know, it's fine that he's it's fine that he's not Rutger Hauer, who is, as Anne Ray said, who she envisioned in it. But she was talking, you know, Rutger Hauer in Blade Runner, you know. And when they made the film, it's like 30 years after Blade Runner, and Rutger Hauer isn't Rutger Hauer in Blade Runner anymore, because even freaking, what's his name? Han Solo isn't
Harrison Ford.
Harrison Ford from Blade Runner anymore.
Yeah, Black Cat is a great book that probably a lot of people aren't reading.
Yeah.
It's always just like tons and tons in my comic book shop, so.
They're finally doing Black Cat right.
Yeah,
You know
so
what
like
it
you
is?
gotta get the word out.
That's what we're trying to do.
It is finally a really good superhero romance book of the few books I've read, where it gets exactly what was great about romance comics from the 50s, which is emotion and character, and that the stakes are not who's going to blow up the world and who's going to live and die, but more like who actually can connect with another human being and feel fulfilled.
Yes, interpersonal drama is all the rage right now.
And that is fantastic, you know. I really love it. So I'm really liking the Black Cat, and I was glad that was the first book I read this week, because it really was the one that was really the most worth reading of everything I read.
So many Spider-Man books, Philip. I'm upset, by the way.
What?
So many Spider-Man books. I'm over it.
Well, Amazing was out this week, and then all like
yes,
more
that was good, but it was just like.
Was it though, Lilith? Was it?
It was.
Oh, did you read it, Charlie? Oh yeah, Doom.
Yeah, I had to see where they were going with that, and it went exactly nowhere. Exactly nowhere.
So petty.
Even with the Tell Me the Future device, it goes exactly nowhere. And also, I'm sorry that, it was in the range of something that released a lot of energy, so now it works great. It doesn't work like that. However it works, I don't imagine it works like that. So
I thought that it was really cool how they used Spider-Man's continuity, though. Just saying.
I guess so. I mean, you know, it was neat, and I don't know. It was, and also hologram Doom is shooting lasers. It's just nothing about it. First off, I never liked the premise that Doom is going to go take over New York City because someone shot one of his robots. And first off, Doom's supposed to be smart, I thought. And second off, how would that not result with Reed Richards like pushing the blue button in the Baxter building and turning everything that Doom has ever created off? You know, you've had your fun, Doom, but now let's just turn it off. I was waiting for them to do what I figured it was, which this is just that Doom is actually out on the moon right now fighting, you know, some Cthulhu creature to save the universe that no one will ever know about. And this is just his Doom bots running, you know, annoyance program number 743. That is all Doombots all the time. And
yeah, when you put it that way, I was just thinking of like, because I'm just on this Rick and Morty kick. I'm just thinking of that the recent episode from the season where he's going through all his clone bodies through the different.
Exactly, but that was my inspiration to mention that. It's just the idea that that Doom has these protocols that just like running in the background because he goes.
I thought he cut him off, but he didn't.
Exactly, he's got stuff to do today. It's like because he does a lot. He does all kinds of hero stuff when no one's.
He's got a country to run with an iron fist in face.
And then he probably started building the Doombots to just sort of Patty Duke it. So, you know what? Let's do the Doombot. Just have the Doombot go and be there and
everybody
be
gets one. It's like
Doom,
Oprah's giving away iron fists.
It's like four messages. I'm sure the first Doombots just had like 4 messages on a loop, and they'd go in and they'd come out and. No one was the wiser. He's like, that is so much off of my plate. I'm so happy. And then, they get more advanced. And then he gets basically an entire AI Doombot network, which, if you ever went
and that's how you get Skynet.
Yeah. And
or Doomnet in this case.
I literally think Doomnet is just off the rails. And they should have done that this issue. I mean, that is going to be the reveal, obviously, in the 3rd issue. Because, they just killed Spider-Man in this. Yeah.
Quit saying
in his own book. How could they do that?
Quit saying Doom. Rob Southgate has the trademark.
Yeah, Master Doom.
We're just saying Doom. We're not giving any honorifics here.
Yeah. Although, as Dr. Octavius would say, Doom's a dropout. That he created Latveria University to give himself a doctorate. Does not make him a doctor.
That's actually more effort than getting the doctorate at that point.
Everyone knows that Latveria University produces the best doctors.
And his best. I heard he had someone else write his best-selling book, The Art of Sorcery.
I don't know who's reading Marauders, but if you're out there, you can find me on Twitter. Let's talk. I think it's one of the best books out there. I love the Hellfire Club. Like, I love all those storylines, and this book is just like, yes, thank you, finally.
What was that, number 3?
Those are the guys that killed all those people during the Mutant Massacre, right?
Yeah.
So is it like a Sabretooth book?
No, it's basically about Sebastian Shaw, so...
Oh, good old Sebastian Shaw. That's the guy who absorbs energy and gets the harder you hit him, the stronger he gets, kind of thing.
Yeah, it's got it's and they're pirates,
Boy, it was a big.
I like pirates.
It was a big Sebastian Shaw week. He was in X-Men 3 this week too.
Yes, I was just gonna say. Yeah, I think it's an X-Men thing. Obviously, X-Men 3 was pretty good, but Marauders is my favorite kind of X-book right now.
Oh, because they're pirates.
No weird thruples on the blue side of the moon.
Because they're pirates. Because they're pirates. Arr.
It's just very straightforward, fun, and action. Punch them up. And then let's have character discussion afterwards on our pirate ship.
Lilith Hellfire, you cannot deny that you like that interplay in X-Men 3 between Jean Grey and Emma Frost.
It felt like fan fiction. I don't mean that in a good way.
Well, no, just like Jean Grey telling Emma Frost.
Scott and Logan will not have it. She is not a redhead.
What Jean said? Jean said something.
Okay with blondes.
He's okay with blondes, but he's like, I've been there, done that. Don't need it again.
What was that? I think didn't Emma say to Jean, Jean's like, I'll let you borrow my shoes because that's that's your thing, borrowing people's stuff.
Yeah.
Cyclops.
Fans demanded it. It's finally happened after 22 years. It's fine.
You know what? I would have just said whatever you say, Madeline, to her at that point.
Oh!
Because let's be clear, who that is ain't no Marvel girl. That's just Madeline.
Because she's a clone, yeah.
They're all clones at this point.
And then
it's fine.
And then it was so.
You say, Madeline.
And then X-Men 3 was so weird because then Cyclops, Emma Frost, and Sebastian Shaw go fight a group of elderly women.
It makes sense for Scott. Let's just be honest.
Are they superpowered elderly women?
They're what are they, Lilith? They're science, super scientists, environmentalists. I feel
like this was such a tongue-in-cheek dig at so many things, though.
I know. They basically hacked the Krakoa portal, and they're
that was kind of weird and Just,
well, to be fair,
keep your issues out of your books, man. If you got issues with people, don't be calling them out in your book. That's not what I'm paying money to read.
Well, to be fair, let's be honest here. The mutants are awful in these books. They're awful people who deserve every bit of hate they're getting. You know,
honestly, yeah.
Well, now these days, definitely.
It's like, oh, see, and really every human supremacist up to this point is going like, see,
we told you.
Exactly. And it's like, man, we were rooting for you mutants to just be like cool super people with superpowers that made the world better. But it's like, no, we're just gonna live on our island and we're gonna threaten you and we'll blow you up if you look at us funny. It's like, well, now we gotta nuke you. You know, it's like, you know, you're not giving us a lot of choices in this here, mutants. It's like we're mutants.
As they send all the humans to Mars, give the mutants Earth.
Just the men.
Mars. Why do they get Earth? You know, first off, why would they want Earth? It's.
They can fix it. They've got plenty of mutants that can actually fix the Earth if they wanted to.
They could take Krakoa to freaking Mars and turn Mars into Krakoa.
They're already on the moon, Lilith.
Yeah.
No, you send the humans to Mars.
The men
just give them another planet.
The men go to Mars. The women go to Venus.
Well, here's what I'm going to tell you: if you send the humans to Mars, the Atlanteans are going to say, exactly what are you landlubbers doing on our planet?
I know, that's what I'm saying. It's a trap, Charlie, because humans are terrible.
It's a trap.
Have you not learned anything from me these past few years? Humans are terrible.
I just think Gaia wants us all to get along.
I think she wants us all dead personally, but that could just be me.
Well, you know what? As Ultron says, when we get content, God winds up a pitch. You know.
Oh, and one more Marvel book that I'll talk. Just shockingly, actually liked was the Thor book.
Oh, Thor the Worthy, #1. Yes, stay tuned.
Yeah, I surprisingly liked it.
Stay tuned. Yes, I was talking the Thunderstrike story with Ron Friends right before we came on here. So
yes,
no, these are all new stories, right? Because I was going through that one as well.
What did you say?
These are all new. These are all new stories told in the style of the era when
oh yeah because Walt Simonson wrote a Beta Ray Bill story, and then Tom DeFalco and Ron Friends did a Thunderstrike story set in the 90s, and then there's a Jane Foster Thor story. Yeah but yeah, it was good.
I found it interesting in two of the stories.
What
I said, I found it interesting Sif is in two of the stories.
Oh yeah
Sif does not get enough play.
They need to bring her back in the MCU.
I was gonna say I smell something cooking. Can
you smell what Marvel's cooking? So, Lilith, you enjoyed it?
Yeah.
Okay. I never hear you talk about Thor books, so. What?
It takes a special hand to make Thor interesting. He's kind of like Captain America to me, where I'm just like, okay, cool, whatever.
Well, it probably helps that he wasn't in the book much.
Yeah.
Yeah, original Thor really wasn't in this book.
Again, to my point about old line heroes, sometimes you got to shake it up, you know. Sometimes people
that's the really weird thing. Is like I don't. You can do whatever you want to Captain America. I'm just not interested. With Superman, it's just like, oh, what are you doing? No.
You know, the problem with
I care too much with Superman. I'm very protective of him, and I just don't agree in any direction that they've taken since like 2011.
And I think he's coming out.
2009.
And I think he's coming out of the closet Wednesday. The reveal.
Oh, okay. You mean that he's a superhero?
Out of the phone booth, but they don't make phone booths anymore.
No.
Yeah. Well, no, I thought you were going with my theories. Like, how do we know?
Oh, he's in love with Lex.
Kryptonian gender identities are the same as
Double
ours,
L. I know.
You know, we don't know how their parts work. You know.
Lois does. Hell.
Yeah, but you know what? That doesn't mean just because Lois knows how they work doesn't mean they work like human parts work. Okay.
She finagled a baby out of it, so she's the foremost expert on Kryptonian biology.
And again, that
what do I have to do to your knee? What do I have to do to your kneecap, Clark? Okay.
I'm just saying, could be all Krakoas down there. I don't know how to pronounce that word.
What
birds have and lizards have? They have a single hole that does everything.
Oh, that is a drop of all drops.
Yeah. It's called like a Coca-Cola, but basically it's CHOLCHO. It's Latin.
And everyone drinking soda right now just put their glass down. Coca-Cola.
Is it Coke?
And I just gotta shout out. I gotta shout out my Archie book. Vampironica New Blood #1 is out, so go get it, kids.
Oh, Vampironica New Blood.
Yeah.
She's still a vampire, I take it.
Yes.
Okay. Well, that's good for her.
The artwork is just so stunning. Who was it? Audrey Monk did it, and I don't know. It's basically right after it's the follow up to basically Jughead the Hunger versus the Vampironica crossover. So she's back in her own universe, but she's not the same, and she kind of knows it. So it's a lot of like meta kind of Gwenpool, Deadpool, ambush bug thing going on.
Now
so
that
I think that's
sounds like something Charlie Esther would like.
Yes, I think you will enjoy it.
True.
I will make a note of it.
It's something Charlie Esser would like. Let me just put it to you that way.
All right.
Any Alterna or anything else? Or you guys want to wrap it up?
No. I won't have Alterna until next week at the earliest.
And we still have another show to do, Lilith Hellfire.
Yes.
So.
You're the one who wanted to do this early. What?
I know. I'm sorry. Well, shut me up and carry on. Give us shameless plugs.
We're not your boyfriend. Anyway, yes, we threw a lot at you. Send your thoughts on, hey, remember when we talked Crisis or The Batman or Birds of Prey or Harley Quinn episode 2 or Mulan? Fight me, nerds. Send your thoughts, capesandlunatics@gmail.com. Call the voicemail, 614-382-2737. That's 614-38-CAPES. Find all of our social media links to the YouTube, links to the merch at Linktree. That's linktr.ee/capesandlunatics. And remember our sponsors. Show them that the holiday love. Tweaked Audio, Hunt a Killer, Pod Life the book. Everyone's talking Charlie Esser and Pod Life the book. So if you're a fan of Charlie Esser, you should pick up this book in digital and paperback. That's right. And remember, check the show notes for your link when you go on Amazon. Click the Southgate Media Group link. It affects you not at all, but it puts money in the pocket of Master Doom, who helps keep the lights on. So
remember, guys, broadband ain't cheap.
That's right. Oh, hell, Master Doom. All right. Lilith Hellfire. Flap your gums and tell us where we can find you on the internet.
If you nerds want to hang out with me on the internet, you can find me on Twitter at Lilith Hellfire or on Instagram at Lilith Hellfire69. Hello, Megan.
You can see her next reviewing Crisis when it's over. All right, Charlie Esser.
Well, if you'd like to write me their old version email, whether or miles and miles, instead, you can do that at superconnectivityblog at gmail.com. That's superconnectivityblog, all one word, at gmail.com. Of course, follow me on the Twitter, the live quake. The Watchmen, which I actually got to do recently, at Charlie Esser. The CHARLI. Yes, SER. Look for the 2 E's.
For quality.
Bing!
All righty. So, thank you for joining us for this extra-sized Capes and Lunatics.
It's all over.
Look at him calling out his own
I was going to say, that wasn't a drop. That was pure Esser. Pure live Esser. But for another week, we have been the Capes
and Fun
Lunatics. Lunatics. What's up, Luca?
Don't touch me.
Don't touch me.
Unlike some people who try to hide the fact that
Oh yeah, we need to drop some names out.
Mark my word.
Why? Gonna pick him apart like you picked me apart?
No,
it's gonna be way cuter.
How dare you, Master Doom? You are a vengeful god, Master Doom.
Luca is sincere when he does it.
And I'm not sincere.